Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Jump right into it. You are going to be needing a stretch dome cap. You will be needing thread. You'll also be needing a big seed needle. This hair is from my hair closet. First, I'm starting off by sewing the bottom track onto the bottom of the cap. Now, you're going to be careful not to go completely through the elastic band. You're actually going to sew right through that top layer. Do not go through the elastic band or you are going to completely mess up the wig. Whether it's a U-part wig, a full wig, do not go through that elastic band. I do not cut the tracks until I get to the top portion. So what you're going to be doing is just folding that track over and making it as flat as possible and sewing it down as flat as possible. And just a close-up for you. You're just going to keep going through. I sew overhand, but you can do it underhand. You know, everyone has their own method of keeping it as flat as possible, the track to the wig cap or to your client's head. Just keep using that same method all the way throughout the top, all the way till you get to the top of the wig. Just keep sewing the track horizontally across until you get to the top portion. Keep using that fold over method. Not cutting the wefts will prevent or will minimize shedding, and also it's easier to reuse the hair again. Alright, now once you've gotten to the top, you are going to form the tracks. You're going to sew the tracks down into a U. It's going to look just like a long U part. And this is going to be where the your client or whoever whose hair you're doing, that's going to be where the natural hair comes out to lay on top to create that natural look. Now it depends on how much hair you want to leave out. You can make the U as small as you want it, or if you're going to be leaving more hair out for versatility, you can make the U a little bit bigger. But today I'm going to be making it as small as possible so I can leave out as minimum as possible. And this is how it should look once you've sewn in all of your tracks and that U at the top. Now what I'm going to do next is you are going to be so careful not to cut the thread. If you cut the thread, it is going to be a hassle trying to get this wig back together, because the tracks are just going to fall apart and your wig, all that work is going to be for nothing. So be very careful how you're cutting out that extra part of the cap at the top. Do not hit the thread. Hey girl, I am doing this U part on my friend Janae. Everybody say hey boo. All I'm doing here is parting where that hair is going to be left out at the top, which is it's going to go right in that middle section where the U was, the part that you cut out. Because this is a quick tutorial, all I'm doing is actually making two they're called anchor braids, which is the braids that you're gonna sew the U part onto. You don't have to sew on every U part, but today she wanted her sewn in, so I'm creating two anchor braids, which is two small firm braids in the front portion And it's going to go all the way to the back, to the nape, both braids. And then the rest of the hair, you know, because we weren't really, we were kind of rushing, we just threw a couple of big braids in. But you know, you can do it as neat and as small as you like. Honestly, the smaller the braids are, the neater and the flatter it'll be. But today we were rushing, so I went ahead and threw some big braids in, and it still turned out good. Girl, get off your phone. Now I be telling all my clients that, get off your phone. Lift your head up. Here is our completed wig, and I'm just positioning it to where I'm going to sew it down, and I'm going to use the clips as well to hold it in place while I'm sewing around the leave out. And I do sew in the, I sew the top portion first. So the part of the U part wig that's open at the top, I'm gonna go ahead and sew that down first, so that there's not a lot of space created between the leave out and the wig. And Jesus, please excuse my nails. They were struck by the devil when I was doing this tutorial, and that's what I'm sticking with. Okay. No, really, I'm going to get my nails done this week because it looked like I got in a fight and the other person won. So here I'm just going to go ahead and flatten or use the flat iron to straighten her leave out. Now, I don't know, you know, I use some type of either a curl wax or a heat protectant to get the leave out as straight as possible. And these flat irons are the bomb, Babless Pro. So I'm just flat ironing her left side over the top of the U-part wig, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. And this is my friend, y'all, if y'all wondering. And go ahead and slick them edges, boo. Use some edge control gel, whatever you choose to use. But yes, slick them edges. That is important. And I'm just combing down all the little flyaways, making it look very neat and sleek at the top. And boom, who is this? Yes, girl. Flick them waves. Move that hair. Woo! I'm crazy, y'all, don't mind me. But this is the completed look to the U-part wig. Thank you for watching. Please press the subscribe button below. Tell a friend, tell a family member, come back again. And thank you for watching, loves.